All right, guys, we're now down to the final two AI stocks that I'm giving you for now. I was going to stop at five, but then the Super C crash happened and I decided to go up to seven. So today I'll give you one very strong leader in AI and one kind of sleeper play on it too. Both down huge from the top. So it should be really interesting to look at, but let's jump into it. Now, for the first one, in honor of everything going on right now, I'm going with nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. And here's why. First of all, nobody, in my opinion, has done as great of a job in creating such a complete AI portfolio of both hardware and software products to benefit from virtually all areas of AI than NVIDIA. On the hardware side of things, their high performance GPUs are unrivaled, with Blackwell being one of the most recent examples of this, as their new server combining 72 Blackwell GPUs and 36 Grace CPUs showed a performance increase of 30 times greater than the previous generation Hopper, while still managing to consume 25 times less energy too. That's insane. And Japan is actually using it now to create the country's most powerful supercomputer, which is backed by SoftBank. By the way, SoftBank is a leading partner on Trump's new $500 billion project Stargate that will create massive data centers using, get this guys, millions, I'm talking millions of NVIDIA chips long term when it's all said and done. But look, if you think that's crazy, wait till their new Rubin chips come out right after that, because these are going to utilize an even smaller 3-nanometer process while upgrading the memory up to HBM4, together boosting performance, lowering energy use, and substantially increasing memory bandwidth. It's going to be an absolute game changer, and because NVIDIA is always constantly investing in R&D, that new platform is said to already be ahead of schedule and may even release by the end of this year. That's huge, big growth drivers for them. But then there's also the software side of things that NVIDIA, is known for creating, with so many examples we could look at, like their Omniverse platform creates digital twins of factories. Companies use that to make changes before implementing real world changes that are so much more costly. Even Foxconn now is using that platform too. It's the biggest electronics manufacturer in the world. There's also NVIDIA Drive, a perfect alternative to Tesla's OS, that so many automakers will need to compete with them. For example, Volvo just released their new fully electric SUV built on NVIDIA's Orin SoC that is capable of more than 250 trillion operations per second. How crazy is that? There's even Metropolis for smart cities and what are known as AI agents for improving companies' efficiencies. These are very popular right now. They're getting talked about probably the most in AI right now. And they're programs that use AI to interact with their environment, collect data, and perform tasks autonomously, which NVIDIA doesn't just create these, but they even sell the blueprint packages to companies too, so that they can develop their own AI agents using a combination of NVIDIA hardware and software, which is just another example of how NVIDIA is building up this massive ecosystem of different products and services within the AI sphere to really hook companies in and keep them long term. Now, case in point, India just decided to adopt NVIDIA's ecosystem too, building new AI factories with tens of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs that should increase their national count by nearly tenfold this year. As a result of all this and more, NVIDIA has seen tremendous growth over the years, growing sales by more than 18 times larger since 2020, with also incredible margins above 70%, making them one of the most profitable, easily one of the most profitable chip developers in the world. Now, hence why the valuation is actually cheaper than the sector, if you can believe it, on a PEG ratio basis by over 30%. And that's because of their incredible growth on the bottom line. And also thanks to a new dip coming after the DeepSeek crash that caused them to lose over $500 billion in market cap. That's the biggest one-day drop in market history, which I think is an overreaction. If you want to see my full breakdown of that, you can watch just my previous video where I break it all down. But overall, I just don't see AI adoption slowing down. I think it's only going to become more important for companies and governments to compete worldwide. And I expect NVIDIA to remain a leader in all of that, so I'm buying the stock. All right, now before I give you one final AI pick, stock number 7, bit of a sleeper pick in AI, I want to mention today's video sponsor, BetterHelp. Now, guys, if there's one thing that I'm extremely passionate about, it's mental health issues that have sadly been on the rise in recent years. And look, we all face different issues that affect us in different ways, whether it's depression or addiction, the loss of family members and friends, a difficult breakup, financial struggles, or even if we just feel a bit lost and not happy with the direction that our life is heading in. Well, in all of those scenarios and more, therapy can really go a long way in getting you back on track. So whatever your struggle is, it's really important to take action now and get the help that you need. And that's what I love about BetterHelp. They make it so easy to connect with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice right from the comfort of your own home. They even have different filters so that you can find the right therapist that understands the exact struggles that you're going through yourself. And all you have to do is go to their site. You can even use my link down in the description to get a special discount for the first month. And BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. Now, thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and thank you for taking action on your mental health if you need it. Go to betterhelp.com/allisworld to get started. That's betterhelp.com/ALESWORLD, Allisworld, to get started. Thank you. All right. Jumping back into the video here for the last AI stock of the list, I'm going with a bit of a sleeper here, an American Tower, ticker symbol AMT. It's actually my newest pick in my own portfolio that I just started buying. And here's why I really like this stock. Now, first of all, this is one of the strongest dividend paying REITs out there that really most investors own for their giant cell tower properties that they lease out to big wireless and even fiber providers all over the world at about 150,000 communication sites across 5 different continents. It's absolutely massive, their scale and reach. But more recently, they've also been entering the AI data center market as well. Now, if it was just for the cell towers, you'd already have an extremely reliable business here with a super low churn rate because of how difficult and expensive really it is for these wireless providers to move all of their equipment over to a rival tower after having already invested in an AMT one, which they've also been leasing out to multiple players at once. And that's something that's driving new growth now because they're gradually doubling or even tripling their revenue potential at still the same cost. And thus, it's improving their profitability even further with margins already above 70% and rising funds from operations too, a key financial metric for REITs. And of course, all of that too in itself is already a big play on AI, even if it may not seem, as exciting or crazy as something that, nvidia does or other big names in AI. But with all of the data usage back and forth, especially within artificial intelligence, they're actually hugely important for that market. In fact, Statista estimates that mobile data usage alone more than doubled since 2020 and will likely double again over the next couple years. So think of not just smartphones, but also e-commerce, the Internet of Things, data centers, smart cities, smart cars, generative AI, and so on. All of that will drive huge demand for data usage and for AI and for AMT's towers. But on top of all of that, the company is also expanding its portfolio now into owning and leasing out data centers too. This includes a strategic combination of both smaller edge data centers as well as massive metro ones that are really big in size, which after the CoreSite acquisition, all of that has grown to more than 30 in total, with new ones actively being built as we speak. And that right there, I believe, is why AMT is setting themselves up for long-term success, and they'll be able to continue growing at their already impressive rates despite their massive size, or at the very least, it'll keep them well profitable enough to maintain their already very attractive dividend long-term, which, by the way, already yields about 3.5% with some excellent growth metrics on it too, which is also thanks to the stock price falling recently by close to 40%. That's a huge drop. And it's because of primarily, I would say, because of our high interest rate environment, which is a concern, don't get me wrong, short to medium term, but over the longer term, I just think that it presents me with an amazing price on an amazing company that is not only important for data usage, but also for AI too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this kind of mini series that we've done on AI stocks. We've gone through so many. I think I have a headache now covering so many different AI stocks, and I still have more, by the way. In fact, I'm gonna have a 3 stocks to buy video coming up for February, and Maybe some of those will also have some exposure to AI too. We'll see. But I'll give you 3 new stocks for that video too. So yeah, just like constantly new stocks, new stocks. Anyway, if you want to see the previous ones that I did for AI stocks, there's an AI playlist on this channel. I'll link it in the description. You can go and watch the other 5 AI stocks too, and put it together with these last 2. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're all doing well out there. Thank you for all your support, my friends. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next one. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.